Hey, I have a question for you. Ever been worried that you might fail? Well, in today's episode, I'll share with you how I eliminated this feeling right after the intro. Welcome to Day One Journey, Episode 354. Ching. Yeah! So what about you? Ever been worried that you might fail? Maybe you were thinking about a specific job that you wanted, and you were worried about the job interview not going as well as you planned, and maybe not getting the job. Or maybe you were worried about a specific exam that was important to you. You wanted to get a specific grade, and you were worried you might not get it, or maybe even fail the exam. Well, I guess most of us experience these feelings once in a while. And sure, I did. Yes, many times I wanted to be somewhere and I didn't get there. And I was worried about that. I wanted to get this specific job. I wanted to pass this exam with a good grade. I guess everyone has these feelings of being worried about not getting what they want, being worried about failing. However, I managed to eliminate this feeling. And how do I do that? The bottom line, I'm not even using the word failing or failure. But before I explain it to you, let's just make sure that we're talking about the same thing. Let's define failure. I would assume that most people would define failure as not reaching a specific goal, a specific destination at a certain time. For example, if I want to climb a specific mountain at a specific time and I don't make it, I would assume most people will define it as a failure. I failed to climb this mountain. Or for example, let's say I have an exam and I want to get a specific grade, and I have this exam at a specific date and I don't make it, I don't get this grade. Well, I guess we would say this was a failure. However, for me, this definition is not helpful. Even the act of labeling something as a failure is not helpful for me. For example, I did have an exam and I didn't make it. I had an exam, I wanted to get a specific grade and I didn't get it. I guess most people would call that a failure. But it's not helpful for me to label this specific event as failure. I'm trying to ask myself things that can help me. For example, what can I learn? How can I get closer next time I'm taking the exam? I'm asking myself, when can I take the next exam? I'm asking myself, how can I push myself to the next level? I'm asking what specific things I can practice to be more prepared next time when I'm tackling this exam or whatever it might be. If I didn't make my goal, if I didn't reach what I set myself to do, I'm just asking, how can I do it better the next time? And for me, all these questions have to do with what I really want. It has to do with my bigger picture. I want to learn. I want to push myself to the next level. I want to grow. This is why I'm asking all these questions. I'm just focusing on what I want. I'm focusing on my priorities. And the specific priority here is my growth. That's why I'm not bothering myself to to label a specific event as failure or not failure. I'm just thinking about what I want to do, which is either passing the exam or climbing the mountain or whatever it might be. So I'm asking myself specific questions that can help me get what I want. How can I become better the next time? What can I practice? When I can try it again? What can I learn? So that's why I'm not using the word failure. It doesn't help me. It just gets me caught up in a cycle of emotions. And I'm not focused on what I really want. If this exam is important to me, and it is, I want to focus on the exam. What can I learn from the previous exam? How can I be more prepared for the next time taking the exam? And so on. This is what I'm focusing on. I'm focusing on what I want, which is to grow, which is to get better and push myself to the next level. I'm not focusing on even the word failure. And this is what I want to share with you in this episode. This is how I eliminated this feeling of being worried about failure. I'm not even thinking in terms of failure. So back to you. Think about the last time that you felt that you failed. Think about the last time that you think that you failed, that you had this feeling of failure. And ask yourself, what did you learn? Or even ask yourself, what can you learn about that specific experience where you felt that you were failing? Ask yourself this question. What could you learn? Or what can you learn right now from this experience? And do it today. And of course, have an amazing day one. See you tomorrow.